Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dana. I'm so glad to have you. In today's video, we are going to be testing out some new makeup products that I've just had sitting in my to test or to try bin. This is today's look. I have to say, very happy with the eyeshadows and a few of the other products that we are going to be talking about today. So go ahead, grab a snack or grab your makeup bag if you haven't gotten ready yet today. I'd love to sit and chat, get ready together. Let's go ahead and get on into the good stuff. Now, if you happen to have missed my previous video, I had mentioned I was under a lot of stress. I basically managed to grow a massive cold sore. So luckily it's completely healed now. My oral surgeon gave me some medication, so that was nice. I don't think it helped after getting my wisdom teeth extracted, which is like stretched and everything. It was very traumatic, but I'm worried that it's gonna scar. I've been putting vitamin E oil on it. It's like completely flat now and just like feels like skin, but it's still so red. So if you guys have any tips or tricks, let me know. I thought I would go ahead and start off by moisturizing my lips because they've been really dry after all the things that I've been putting on it. So this is Jouer's new Essential Hydrating Lip Oil. Their very first, I think it was just like the lip enhancer, was one of the very first products I ever tried out from Jouer years ago. Loved that stuff. So this just says plant power, soften and smooth your lips with 99% plant-derived ingredients, full of vitamins and antioxidants. It's gonna retail for $18 at Jouer Cosmetics, as well as Sephora in stores and online. The packaging is really cute. It has this like massive paddle applicator. Looks amazing. I think I'm actually just going to, I'm pretty sure this is fully healed, but still I'd just rather be a little bit more careful. And ooh, it's thinner than what I thought. There's not any sort of scent. Very glossy, and it does feel really nice. Ooh. Yeah, this is gonna be something that I keep in my purse for sure. I really like the High Shine Gloss. Yeah, there's zero stickiness. You don't have like any weird webbiness or anything like that. I love just like a really good clear lip gloss, lip oil, whatever. We have a few other things from Jouer that we'll be talking about later. Let's go ahead and get my face primed. I already have on my moisturizer and SPF. I've been really curious about these ones from Revlon, and I've just had them in my to try bin, so I thought today would be perfect. There was a mattifying version as well, but I gave that one away just because I typically don't go for super mattifying formulas. These both sounded interesting. So these are the Revlon Photo Ready Prime Plus primers. I have one in brightening and skin tone evening, and then one in perfecting and smoothing. So I thought I could do the brightening all over and then just do the perfecting and smoothing anywhere that I have larger pores. So on the sides of my nose, my forehead, but starting off with the brightening and skin tone evening. This one says that it's infused with lemon extract, vitamin E and C. Ooh, it comes out like a soft golden yellow. It does have a very, okay, no, once you start mixing it, I definitely can smell some of that like citrusy, bright lemony scent. Ooh, it feels really nice. Just goes on kind of like a moisturizer. So that blended in pretty easily. It does feel really nice and moisturizing. I don't know, do you guys think it's skin tone evening? I do feel like it added some brightness to my face. Holy cow though, let me tell you what, do not get it in your eyes because that is burning. Oh, okay, yeah, don't get it in your eyeballs like me, rookie mistake. Going into the perfecting and smoothing, this one says that it has vitamin B5 and hyaluronic acid. Let's just get a little bit of any day now. Ooh, this looks kind of thick. Not quite as thick as the like Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, but it definitely has that like silicone slip feel. So when you first apply it to your skin, it glides on, but more like a liquidy version of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. But then it gets like tacky very, very quickly. So I think this will be really good for people with oily skin. I'm gonna go ahead and just let that marinate for a few and move on to eyes. I have this new palette from Physicians Formula. This is the Rose All Day collection in collaboration with Exterior Glam. She is absolutely stunning. I love that blunt bob, that's so pretty. So let's go ahead and start off with the shade Tidua. I'm not quite sure. I'm just gonna take a large fluffy brush. Oh, I feel kind of sad like ruining the little rose imprint in there. And let's just buff this all into the crease. Ooh, that is like a really pretty soft rosy shade. It is very pigmented. Wow. I may have picked up a little bit too much. Okay, let's just take a little bit more of this. I learned my lesson the first time that a little bit goes a long way. I don't think I've used too many Physicians Formula shadows, to be honest. I do have a couple of quads from them that came out years ago that are amazing. I think they were actually like reintroduced. There's a purple quad and then a neutral quad, but there's these really soft shadows in there that are almost like reminiscent of Super Shock shadows that are absolutely beautiful. I have to see if those are still in store because they are some of like the best drugstore shadows that I've tried in a long time. Wow, look how much pigment these are picking up. There is quite a bit of just kickback in the pan, but that's okay. Ooh. You know what? I know exactly what other eyeshadow product I want to use with this. This other like shimmer shade in here is really pretty and I'll swatch it for y'all, but I think I want to go in with something deeper and more red on my lid. But first, let's just buff this burgundy shade in. These are really, really nice. Now, like, don't get me wrong, the other shades in here are beautiful, but I wish instead of the lip product and perfume, there were more shadows because so far, these first two mattes are really nice. So we have the two mattes and then we have the two shimmers here. I'll still go ahead and swatch these. We have Champagne. Ooh, feels very nice and soft. And then Rich. Both of those would be beautiful, but I just remembered another eyeshadow that I have been dying to test out. These are the new Power Chrome Loose Eye Pigments from NARS, and this one right here in the shade Hammered, I think would be absolutely stunning with these two matte shades on my eyes. So it's just like a pressed pigment. It almost kind of reminds me, maybe not this one, but some of the lighter like golds in the collection kind of have larger chunks of, it almost looks like shale or like mother pearl pieces in there. Kind of similar to when the Stila Magnificent Metals first came out, not the liquid versions, but the ones that were like in the pressed pan and then you had like the little liquid mixing medium with it. It kind of looks like that, but it's softer, not quite as squishy as a Super Shock shadow, but still like a slightly bouncy texture. So I don't know if you're supposed to go in and apply like a glitter glue first. I've swatched them on my hands, but I haven't used them on my eyes, and on my hands, they kind of just seem to go right on. So I'm just gonna squish my finger in here to pick up some of the product. So here's what it looks like. It looks a little bit crumbly on your finger at first, but it seems like the best motion is just to kind of go in and press. Oh, yes. I love red eyeshadows so much. Okay, so that's just with no glitter glue or anything. There's not really any fallout. I see one tiny little piece right here, but that's it. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more on my finger. Just continue to press it on just a little bit more. Oh, I love this combination already. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and applied my foundation. If you're curious, I just went in with a thin layer of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy formula. I haven't been able to put this stuff down. I'm really pale right now too, so I really only have a few shades that are fitting my skin tone right now. It's been cloudy here and I just haven't gotten enough sun, but this is light medium buff bisque. And then I also did a video all about these, but the new Too Faced Turn Up the Light complexion enhancing highlighting palettes, the highlighters are okay, they're not amazing, but the product that I absolutely love in these compacts and can't get enough of is the soft focus powder in the middle. So this one is in medium, and I typically don't set my full face with powder, but I love the just finish that I get from this. It's not matte, it's not glittery either. It just has this very, like, soft focus is the perfect name to describe it. I do feel like it slightly just kind of like blurs out any fine lines and pores. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey on the skin. It doesn't look powdery. It just melts right into the skin. I absolutely love it. I really hope that they eventually just sell these powders as is, just in one compact, because I love to use medium and then tan. Especially right now, since I'm really, really light, I can go in and use the soft focus in the tan compact just as a really soft bronzer. But for my bronzer today, I've had this for a few weeks now and I haven't tried it yet. This is the Too Faced Sun Puppy Bronze Limited Bronzer. I believe this only came out in one shade though, and to be honest, from the pictures that I've seen, it looks pretty light. The compact though, Dogs and elephants are like some of my favorite animals ever. And so, I mean, just this little puppy face, I absolutely love it. I don't know what kind of brush I want to use. I really like this Wet n Wild Pac-Man brush as my bronzer brush. So let's try this first. I'm just gonna mix all the shades together. Oh, it didn't look like anything was on the brush. Oh, it's a lot more red than what I thought it was gonna be, like warm, but I wonder if that's like another bronzer that's left on that brush. Ooh, that looks really bad right now. I'm gonna blame that more on the brush. Let's see if I can kind of hide some of that. Okay, there we go. Let's try it with the Smashbox brush instead. Maybe just something a little bit lighter and fluffier will be better with this powder. Okay, so it is more of a reddish bronzer, which I like. I've said that a million times in the past. I prefer warmer bronzers. I don't really go in trying to like contour. I just like to add some warmth back into my really pale face. It's not bad, but it's like not my favorite bronzer either. I've really been loving, in one of like my latest drugstore videos, I had talked about that Revlon, one of their newer, is it like Sunlight Bronze, something like that. I really, really like that bronzer just because of the glow that it gives the skin. This is pretty. I don't really think this blush will go with today's look. It is nice, but let's go ahead and look at these new blush duos from Jouer. First up, we have, what is this one called? Passion. Ooh, this could work. So this one is Passion. This kind of like tangerine color is really pretty. And then this one is called Darling. This one's like really soft. If you have really fair skin or you just like more of a muted blush, this one would be perfect for you. I think I'm gonna go into Passion though and take the shade Cherish Me. I am really curious about this one. Not for today's look, but another video. All right, so just going in with the Smashbox Buildable Cheek. Love this brush. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this just right on the apples of my cheeks. Ew, that's a really pretty color. I kind of do want to go in just with a little bit of this just because I am really curious. Oh, wow. That is metallic. Maybe not. Like, it's really pretty, but it's pretty metallic orange. I do really like this Cherish Me color though. But let's just take a little bit of this on the Morphe M500. This is my go-to for a highlighter brush. And ooh, but on the skin, it is, holy cow. That's like heavily rose scented. If you're sensitive to scents, I don't know if you'll like it unless you really like rose. I don't mind it, like it smells good. It's not like the Too Faced peach stuff. That stuff gives me a headache. But wow. I actually really like this highlighter on top of that blush. Okay, just a little bit on my nose. I kind of want to take a little bit of this for an inner corner highlight. Yeah, it looks way more yellow gold in the pan than the way that it applies on the face. All right, so here is a glimpse at the final look. This is the second video in a row that I have not worn false sleeves. I'm very proud of myself. The main reason that hasn't happened is the last video I wasn't feeling my best, and right now I don't have any of my favorite ones, so I'm just like, I'll just go ahead and skip them altogether. The thing is, my lashes, like lengthwise, they're not, I mean, they're short, but they're not like terribly short. More than anything, they're thin, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that I do wear false lashes, and they're just very, very straight, so that gets to be frustrating. But here is a glimpse at the final look. For my lips, I didn't really have anything new, so I went in with one of my favorites. This is one of the Loaded Lip Lacquers from NARS in the shade Foxy. The formula of this is heavenly. It's like moussey, but not like in a matte moussey, like pillowy is probably a better word. Like a jelly, pillowy lip gloss. It is so beautiful. I love this color so much. Here is a quick swatch for you. If you love something that's more on the like brown neutral, but just a hint of rose. This is the perfect color. I love this so much. All right, so just a quick rundown of some of the other products, starting off with the primers. Honestly, this brightening and skin tone evening one, I don't really feel like I noticed the biggest difference. And to be honest, I'm a little annoyed that it like burned my eye so bad. This I didn't think was the best. However, I noticed a huge difference with my skin just because I've been using the Wet n Wild Dewy Photo Focus for such a long time. I wish I would have slathered the Perfecting and Smoothing all over my face because I can tell a huge difference right here where I have those larger pores. I wish I would have done all right here on my cheeks where I have like smaller pores, because then I think I would have like a true flawless finish. Really love the formula of this. It has that like silicone feel to it, but more of a liquidy, like typical moisturizing texture, but then it dries down to more of like a tacky finish, but it doesn't feel like tacky in your face in the way where like you smile and you can kind of just like feel it move around on your face. I think it's gonna do a really good job of just really holding onto my foundation. I'll be sure to keep you updated down below in the description box. Okay, what else was new? The bronzer. Packaging, A+. The tone is what kind of threw me off. Like you have to be a fan of warm bronzers to like this one. I like warm bronzers, but this one was almost like too much of a red rosy bronzer. I think there's a time and a place for that. I don't think it's bad, but it's not a bronzer that I would rush out and get, like unless you're just a packaging fan like me. Okay, for the actual rosé all day, loved the two matte shades that I used. Honestly, just from like texture alone, I can tell that these metallics will be nice too. I really, really love the highlighter. I didn't get to test the blush today, but the tone does look beautiful. I really do like the formula of the other Physicians Formula blushes, so I'm sure that I would like it. Obviously, nothing but congrats to Exterior Glam. The palette is beautiful, but I would have preferred more eyeshadows over these two products here. Rosé All Day, that's not a scent that I really gravitate towards. Whenever I have a perfume like this that's small and travel friendly, I'll keep it in my car just to like spritz in my car, but it's not a scent that I would really wear. I did apply some of this onto my lips and then wipe it off just because it didn't really go with the eye look today. It is very pretty. It says that it's matte, right? Didn't I? Oh, velvet. But it actually has a very nice moisturizing finish. I guess velvet more for the actual, or moisturizing formula, I guess they call it velvet more for the actual finish of it because it does kind of have that like plush velvet look. The color is pretty. I don't wear too many like corally rosy shades like this. Okay, and then the other product, love this one. This was probably the favorite out of today. This was just the NARS Power Chrome Loose Pigment Power Chrome Loose Eye Pigment in Hammered. I will definitely be getting a ton of use out of this. I really like how it kind of has that wet, glossy finish. It's not creasing. It was so easy to apply. There was zero fallout, which I feel like it's typically hard with something so pigmented like this. I can't wait to test out the other shades just because I really, really like this. Oh, and then the lip oil. This is something that once this fully heals, I'll definitely be keeping this in my purse just because it was very nice and moisturizing and hydrating on the lips, zero stickiness. There you have it. Let me know if any of these products piqued your interest. I would love to hear from you down below. As always, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you haven't already, I would love if you subscribed. That way you don't miss out on any future uploads and we can hang out more in the future. And yeah, that's it. So I will catch you in the next one. Bye.